The Uganda AIDS Commission has come up with a new message aimed at halting the spread of the AIDS pandemic.
By doing the right things and avoiding risky sexual behavior.
It focuses on reawakening individuals to the harsh reality of HIV/AIDS. According to the 2011 Uganda AIDS Indicator Survey, the epidemic has been rising in the country with each passing year. Well, now some HIV researchers feel that the effort to find a vaccine must be extremely thorough to provide uninfected people a safe and effective choice. According to Dr. Arthur Sechizivu from the Makerere University Walter Reed Project, once vaccines have been identified, they require participants to volunteer for testing.
Especially non-human primates, monkeys, chimpanzees, to get an idea of what the effect or impact could be in human beings. But as we know, an animal is not a human being, so whether we like it or not, at some point the testing has got to move into human being.
30-year-old Francis Lule is one such volunteer who chose to be tested after listening to a radio advert in 2007 calling for volunteers.
I said, these people, they may be giving us what? HIV/AIDS, according to the rumors around.
A friend of his who had the same advert told him to go for a briefing.
Studies of various phases have been conducted in this country by different players, not just ourselves, but even the Virus Research Institute, Entebbe, the Joint Clinical Research Center, and then Makerere University John Hopkins research collaboration.
The experts are mainly interested in people who are HIV negative. Francis was an ideal candidate.
If you get any problem, it is for them to do what? To look after you.
This referred to the side effects that always come with vaccination, which was a good reassurance to convince Francis.
They even had the Uganda consent, whereby they don't want you to say that, hey, for me, I didn't know what I signed.
The almost 2-year process began for this benevolent young man at just 23 years.
I thought that it would be good in future if they discover the real medicine that I was part of.
Just like that?
Yes.
When the advertisement ran, did they talk of like, we are going to give you money?
No money. No money.
The vaccine study, the second done by Makerere University Walter Reed Project tagged RV172, was a multi-centered study carried out in Kampala, Uganda, Kericho in Kenya, and Mbeya in Tanzania, all USA military HIV research program sites.
We're looking at the safety of the vaccines in that study. We're also looking at the ability of those vaccines to induce an immune response. By and large, the products were found to be safe. The ones we are using here, some are developed by the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. Some are developed by the US National Institutes of Health. For us in Uganda, as it is now, we don't yet have capacity to develop these products, but it is important for us to participate because if a vaccine is found, we really want that vaccine to be relevant to us.
The search for vaccines the world over has its disappointments, the biggest of which has been the discontinuation of the HVTN 505 US study, which was looking for a global vaccine to cater for all HIV subtypes.
While it might have failed on the objectives that they set out for, which was to prevent HIV infection in those that were in the study and reduce the viral load among those who might get infected in the study. But every study is a learning opportunity.
Scientists will be building on what has been learned from the halted products. Francis's first study has also moved on to other sites in different countries for advanced testing.
Now I'm in a study.
For HIV still?
Yes. It was started last year. They keep on telling us that, you know what, you guys, you have to protect yourself. We are just still in trials.
The present study is RV262 and has 92 participants, including Francis, with 4 sites in the US, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. And according to Dr. Arthur, it is progressing well so far. However, the analysis will be determined at the end of the study. All the 4 sites are fully enrolled and Kenya and US have completed their vaccinations. Uganda and Tanzania will get done by the end of May.
We'll be done with the follow-up by the end of this year. Around that time, all the other sites will be done, so we shall then enter into the analysis.
Francis only qualifies for this study because in the prior trial, he did not get the real vaccine.
There are some who got placebos, there are some who got the real vaccine. I didn't know what I got. Until the end.
Did they explain to you what the placebo was?
It was just water, not a drug, nothing.
He has finished all his 4 vaccination routines, but there are some side effects.
From the time of the vaccination, it may take like 16 hours to feel that it is paining you. Even the injection site, you feel some pain. You may get some fever. At first I called them. They told me, it's okay, you'll be fine. But if it worsens, you have to come back to the clinic. Because they give you a thermometer to measure your temperature. Even to look at the injection site, if you see anything different, you have to note it in the diary.
The self-effacing Francis managed to persuade his young brother to join in this study. For many scientists, the process of finding vaccines is a long, drawn-out one.
Like polio took 80 or so years to develop a vaccine, but indeed it can also be short depending on the knowledge available, the technology.
In the recent past, there have been some major breakthroughs in the world of HIV vaccine development, one of which was Thailand's RV-144, which proved that a vaccine can have a protective effect even by 31%.
Scientists have also, discovered what we call broadly neutralizing antibodies. These antibodies are part of the immune system that our bodies use to fight germs or neutralize them to prevent infection from occurring. So scientists have found in some people who are HIV infected, their bodies are able to produce antibodies that can neutralize a wide spectrum of HIV subtypes. And scientists think if they study that further, they might get, or be able to develop a vaccine.
To add on to this, over the years, scientists have come to understand the behavior of HIV.
All that put together means that we may not really be far.
This search is persistent, and more volunteers are needed in various studies to help find a vaccine that will destroy a virus that infects about 140,000 Ugandans annually and over 2 million worldwide, according to UNAIDS.
What they hear that they can get HIV, AIDS, through this whatever, vaccinations, it's wrong.
But scientists have looked at the structure of HIV and designed vaccines that at the end of the day try to copy parts of HIV.
Walter Reed has what the scientists call a hopeful study in the pipeline.
Here, Tanzania, in Kenya and in Thailand, testing different vaccines.
Tasting newer concepts, and if Francis qualifies for it, he will yet again be a participant.
I won't stop this until I hear that they have got something which is perfect.
Florence, NTV.